There's no secret formula for better service throughout the customer journey. But there is the all-new Service Hub from HubSpot. It makes it infinitely easier to scale customer support and increase retention. By bringing service and support together in one powerful platform, you can deliver the best experiences for your customers and your teams. Free up time for your reps to focus on complex issues with an AI-powered help desk. Proactively drive retention with customer health scores that help keep your business ahead, stopping churn in its tracks. And give your entire go-to-market team the data they need to operate as one unified, powerful front. Also, you can easily support, strengthen, and grow your customer base. Secrets out. HubSpot Service Hub is a game changer. Visit HubSpot.com/service to do more for your customers today.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, May 15th. I'm Mark Dent, here with Katherine Laidlaw, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. Today, it is time to party like it's 2021. The world of finance has again been jolted by the meme stock craze. Why did this happen? Well, Reddit's favorite stock picker, Roaring Kitty, returned to the internet earlier this week, and almost immediately GameStop and AMC stocks went soaring. And then they kind of fell. We'll be talking all about the meme stock sequel here in a bit, but first let's give you the hits and headlines in business and tech. Starting off, Comcast is rolling out a new streaming bundle that includes Peacock, Netflix, and Apple TV Plus at a discounted rate for cable, broadband, and mobile subscribers. The move follows the company's loss of 487,000 cable subscribers in Q1 of 2024, as well as the decision by Disney and Hulu to bundle together with Max, and just a lot of bundles that have been happening lately. What do you think of this one, Katherine?
Yeah, it's almost like streamers heard of the concept of cable.
Yeah, exactly. And this isn't even like in terms of like the Max, Hulu, and Disney. That's 3 streamers there. You're getting streamers here, but you have to also basically have cable. It's essentially saying, get cable and we'll give you more cable.
Cable for everyone.
This could be how we go back to the old days. Speaking of the old days, Jeopardy, still very popular, but also a time-tested favorite, is getting a pop culture spin-off on Prime Video. That'll be its first spin-off since a short-lived sports quiz show on Sony's Crackle. In Nature, orcas. You guys remember them? They sank another yacht. This one was a 49-footer sailing on the Strait of Gibraltar. Scientists still don't know why this pod of around 15 juvenile males keeps doing this, but it's been going on for a while now. Moving on, the video portals connecting Dublin and New York City have been shut down to address inappropriate behavior, which apparently included getting nude, showing porn, and mocking 9/11. And then, in a company that knows all about having to moderate things, Meta is getting out of the enterprise communications business, shutting down Workplace. That's its Facebook for Organizations product that existed in various forms over the past 10 years and never quite caught on. Finally, Google's latest AI treats were announced. They're highlighted by Project Astra, which is a multimodal assistant, which is akin to OpenAI's new GPT-4o. All right, well, let's move on to the main story. For anybody who's been feeling nostalgic for 2021, which I gather isn't a whole lot of people, or anybody who's wanting to see institutional investors sweat once again, that could be a larger pool of people, I suppose, this week has been a very good one. As we record this on a Tuesday afternoon, AMC stock is trading at around $6.50 per share. That's more than double its price from just a few days ago. And the same is true for GameStop, which is trading at roughly $42 per share. Katherine, what's happening here?
So back in 2021, you'll recall, YouTube sort of Reddit influencer guy known as Roaring Kitty reared his head and was able to deploy sort of an army of armchair investors, rallied the people, as it were, to spike these stocks. And back towards the end of 2021, he'd sort of signed off the internet. He'd posted a picture of sleeping kitties after doing this work and gone dormant, and 3 years passed and he's back. Roaring Kitty is back. He on Monday posted a photo of a man leaning forward looking really serious. It's a meme that gamers use to express when they're focusing intently, when things are getting real. And it sent the stocks spiking again.
So there was no mention of any stocks though, right? It was literally just a meme.
It was a meme bat signal.
But this bat signal obviously had some connotations, or at least people thought that they had some connotations because the stock market kind of went bananas.
It did. And I mean, I think that in part, it was probably the community expressing excitement that their sort of de facto leader had emerged from feline slumber. And I think when the GameStop spike happened back in 2021, it was a really exciting moment. It was a real sort of David and Goliath battle against large hedge funds that we hadn't really seen before. And the little guys won for a little while. And so I think there was probably some dormant excitement there in the armchair investing community as well.
Right. And so what happened was, it was a couple of days ago when Roaring Kitty kind of came back to the internet. And so GameStop stock, which had been trading at, about $17.40 last Friday, it shot up to 36 by 10 a.m. on Monday. And it was kind of steady for a while. And then this morning, it just went up big time, all the way up to $64. It's kind of fallen a little bit from there down to 48, 42, like I was saying. And same with AMC, it's just gone up and then it kind of went back down already. There's been some other gains in other meme stocks like BlackBerry, for instance. But are the vibes maybe not quite the same as they were in 2021? I'm just intuiting that just when I look and see a quick rise followed by a quick fall.
So as much as these investors seem to be betting on nostalgia, choosing brands like GameStop, AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, which didn't do as well, BlackBerry, as you mentioned, there are a couple of things that make this round a little bit different than last time. One is that we're sort of further out from the COVID pandemic, so retail traders aren't just sitting at home with not much to do besides trade stocks. Two, we are much further out from the trillions in stimulus money that came down around the same time. So less time, less money. And then the third point I think that's worth making here is that hedge funds are better at this now than they were 3 years ago. They sort of know the playbook. And experts are saying that they'll buy along with the retail traders and sell before they do as a way to shore up their investments. That said, the strategy over the last couple of days by these Redditors has led to $800 million in losses to short sellers already for GameStop. So there hasn't been no effect, but it's nothing like the estimated $5 billion that was lost back in 2021.
That is kind of, I think, one of the interesting things about this is I think that in 2021, this really was a surprise. Everyone knew Robinhood. People had been trading on that for the last few years. But to see just such a wide group of retail investors really kind of realize the power that they could have was just completely unprecedented. And it's like you suggested there that the hedge funds were hurting big time in 2021. But, this is the sequel and nothing is ever, I guess, quite the same.
For sure. And that's why, you're seeing today other hedge fund managers going on the news, calling the meme stock craze frankly stupid and likening it to gambling. I mean, I would counter that with the entirety of the stock market being akin to gambling in some ways.
Right, exactly.
But I do think that without the element of surprise or sort of catching Goliath unawares, you don't have the same sort of chance at impact. The sequel is never as good as the original, as they say.
Yeah, very true. One thing that I will mention, however, is as we were saying earlier, that Roaring Kitty has really just been publishing a series of memes since his return online. He has not had any specific stock tips. He hasn't really mentioned stocks, at least as of Tuesday afternoon. The Wall Street Journal had a good interview with someone who bought into GameStop and won quite a bit of money back in 2021, who suggests that if Roaring Kitty starts mentioning stocks again, if he starts mentioning GameStop, then all bets are off. The sort of boom that we've seen over the last day could be a lot bigger.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and maybe that will be the third. If this sequel has been disappointing so far, this will be the third part of it for the trilogy. So everybody stay tuned for that, and we will obviously keep you updated on it. That's going to do it for us today. So thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of the HubSpot Podcast Network. Our editor today is Robert Hartwig, and our executive producer is Darren Clark. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter, so if you're not subscribed, please go get signed up at thehustle.co/email, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Hey everybody, I got a great podcast to tell you about. It's called Truth, Lies, and Work, and it's brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. On this show, you can join husband and wife team Al and Leanne Elliott as they dispel myths, impart wisdom, and answer all your questions about finding, keeping, and motivating great people. They actually just did an episode with John Smith, who is the manager and agent of famous Argentinian soccer player Diego Maradona. He talks about in this episode how he was able to manage the global superstar, athlete, celebrity that Maradona is and was. It's a great listen. You better get out there and check it out. And you can listen to Truth, Lies, and Work wherever you get your podcasts.